Hi everyone, welcome to the conversation. Yes, it is a series of conversations that we have with amazing personalities, and today is not an exception because we have an amazing personality in the house. He is a music producer, a content creator, a YouTuber, a film director, and is the son of a veteran gospel drama minister. I'm talking about no other person but Joshua Mike Bamiloye, popularly known as J Mike. Yay! Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I'm so happy to have you. I'm a
Thank
huge fan. Now, first of all, I want to start by saying you started your career at a very young age.
Yes.
How was that phase for you? Tell us.
It was a phase of a lot of experimenting, a lot of trying to discover who I was, trying to understand how I fit into the grand scale of drama ministry. How understanding how my gift and talent could be used for drama ministry. So, but of course, first of all, understanding what I could do, then how could what I could do feature in the grand scale of drama ministry. So that's how that phase was for me.
So we know that you're a music producer. You compose songs as well.
Yes.
So I want to ask, what's the inspiration behind the songs you compose, and how long have you been doing this for?
I started composing songs back in 2012. Yes, 2012 was the first time I started composing major songs. I mean, I did a lot of minor songs back in secondary school, but I don't count that as songs. Those are like medleys. So yes, majorly 2012, 2013 was when I started composing songs for films. The inspiration for them, most of them came from the movies that these songs were composed for. So when I watch a movie and then a song is needed for the end credits, then I know the story, and then God gives inspiration for how these lyrics will come about. And then sometimes the songs just drops at random, and especially the chorus, and then from there we develop it.
Okay, so growing up in a Christian home, would you say your family was, or the fact that you grew up in a Christian home was what influenced you being a gospel music producer and composer, or would you rather do secular?
Yes, I mean, growing up in a Christian home had a great role to play, because I mean, your upbringing affects you a great deal. So yeah, I mean, growing up, we especially not just with a Christian home, but with a home that is ministry minded and evangelistic in thinking.
Hey,
I believe it was difficult for me to have done otherwise, and I think what also helped me to stay on track and follow the steps of my parents was the genuineness I saw in what they were doing. It wasn't, you could see that they weren't doing it for the money, they weren't doing it for the fame, they weren't doing it for what people would say outside, but because they genuinely had a call of God on their lives, and I'd seen the results and the feedback from people. So this gave my brother and I and my sister the urge to also want to be a part of this great move.
Amazing. So tell us about Jay and Josh. Let's digress a little bit from music. Everybody wants to know about Jay and Josh. First of all, when did you start? How did you start? What came about it? I'm curious, really.
Jay and Josh started in 2014, 2015. Okay. 2015. Where it started was when I saw some skits online on social media. There was a guy that was having multiple characters played by himself, and the way he did it was, standing in different places, and then the camera was moving from place to place. But I felt how we could place these two characters in the same place, but the limitation then was the software to achieve such, because when you're doing skits, you don't want to spend too much time producing one skit, because you should be doing a lot. So, but I mean, God opened the door. I think there was an update on one of the editing softwares, Premiere Pro, and he gave the ability to divide the screen. I was like, oh, awesome. So I did the first one just as an awareness for a program. That was episode 1. Awareness for a program, just to experiment. How would it look? How would it? So when I saw that, it worked, then I started doing
from experiment to exposure.
Exactly.
Hey.
So, and then the double characters came from, of course, there has to be one goofy one and one semi-ignorant and calm one. So just creating that difference in personality allowed conversations to spur up in the skits.
So tell us not in detail, but briefly, how the production process of the Jay and Josh come. I mean, for instance, when we watch today, Spirit of Depression, there are like different spirits. How is the editing process? How is the production process basically?
First of all, I receive a message most of the time from anywhere. It could be while I'm in church listening to a sermon, and then the pastor says something. I'm like, oh, okay, this will be nice. Or I get an idea, like a creative idea, and then I try to weave a message around that creative idea. That's the first stage. So the next stage is to pen it down in a script form. I usually type the script on my phone. After that, I record the audio for shooting. So I just record the audio on my phone, which guides the acting. Then initially when I started, I used to handle the camera by myself, which was extremely tedious because I needed to set the focus. I'll use an object to set focus, go and set the focus, act, press cut, check through if it makes sense, change clothes. So it was very tedious. But now sometimes I'll call my wife to help me press record and set the camera. I had to teach her how to set focus. Sometimes I'll call some of the other brethren to help out and stuff like that. So that's acting.
Okay, so it's enough that you are the son of veteran gospel drama minister Mike Bamileye, and that alone comes with its fame. Now, Jay and Josh, how do you handle the fame, and do you perhaps get pressured from your fans? How do you handle the fame from being Mike Bamileye's son, and then Jay and Josh? How do you handle the fame?
Well, I mean, if you mean pressure from children, yeah, that's fun. Because I discovered that most of Jay and Josh fans are children.
Okay.
So they say, Jay and Josh. I mean, that's not pressure. That's exciting. Because you see them and you look like Santa Claus in their midst and stuff. So it's always, it's always very, it brings joy when you see children relating to you. Because children are genuine. They don't like you, they don't like you. When they like you, they'll tell you, oh, you're doing, and they'll just be smiling at you randomly. I mean, there was a child that just came randomly. It was in US. I just came and hugged my legs.
Oh my God.
And I was looking at that. I hope people are seeing this, that, so yeah, there's no pressure. Then pressure from being the son of my family. That, I mean, truth is,
the fame,
the popularity.
Yeah.
Being the son of someone doesn't really have any, well, from my own view, it doesn't have any, there's no, there are some people you see in this world and you see what they do and you have no idea who their children are.
Yeah.
So it's when you are doing things that they now know that, oh, this is the. So while I was in school, I mean, nobody even knew who I was until maybe 300 level.
Wow.
And they knew that, oh, okay, so this is, I'm like, so I don't think there's no special thing to it.
Okay, no problems. Now, you mentioned your wife earlier. You've been married for almost 2 years now.
Yep.
What is one thing that marriage taught you that you did not know before? My God.
I had to sigh.
No worries,
You'll be buying things you never knew you needed. Marriage. You think you get married to know someone more, but what I've learned is you get to know who you are more, because now you're living with someone every time. So it's like a mirror.
Exactly.
Person will point out things that you had no idea was an issue. I mean, I didn't know I used to jabber till I got married, because I'll be on phone and she'll be like, why are you who begged you to say that? I'm like, I'm sorry. So I discovered, so there are many things I've discovered about myself that I had no idea. Yeah. And also things that I didn't think I could do till I got married. Then I found out that, so God gives the grace. Really, if you're married right, He gives the grace for you to be able to achieve a lot of things that you didn't think was even possible as a single brother. And I also learned that marriage brings blessings that some guys feel they want to hammer before they marry, but trust me, if God tells you to move before that window closes, because it's when you get married, it brings a lot of blessings, and especially there's a blessing that comes with getting married, right? Especially,
Okay. Now, let's move to Gen Z. I'm sure you know what Gen Z means.
Oh yeah, now, that generation. They know themselves.
Now, do you know what breakfast means in Gen Z?
In Gen Z, breakfast.
Yes.
So there's wow, I'm getting old though. I don't, to be honest. I know. I want to say, he has been served breakfast. Okay, I
now,
tried.
what would you
thank God, I know that one.
What would you advise this generation? I mean, there's so many trends coming up, so many beliefs, so many things coming on online that people just jump into. So many people just believe it just like that. What would you advise people, especially with a series of information that filters on the internet?
Yeah.
What would you advise Gen Z Christian
in
Gen
terms of
Zs.
jumping into trend and
Yes,
what,
exactly.
I mean, see, we're in the era. I mean, our parents didn't have social media, so when they tell you they were first in their class, you have no choice than to believe them. There's no digital record. But
Exactly.
ladies and gentlemen, now there's a digital record to everything. Everything that you do, say, think, and you post on social media, even when you think you've deleted it, trust me, you've not deleted it. You
At
just
all.
removed it from your own platform. What am I trying to say? Let us be very, very careful in that aspect of posting things and just speaking. A lot of people have missed it. I know people who have missed it in their marital life because the person who was supposed to propose to them went to their feed
Oh my
and
God.
saw the things that they tweet. Oh, you think you are just repping feminist. I mean, you think it's just
You think you're
this and
woke.
that. But you think you're just woke, okay? Now, you might feel you are just repping something and you know the proper definition to it. But some of the things you say and how you say them goes a long way when people begin to read your feed. So, and now this is not for you to now pretend on social media that you are a child of God when your spiritual life is lacking. That's a different topic. But you get what I mean.
Yeah.
That's then the aspect of jumping into trend. You don't have to. In fact, I personally don't like trends. I don't like trends because I feel everyone is doing the same thing. So
Yeah.
why should I do what everybody's doing? Avoid just randomly jumping to trend. Everybody's doing something, so everyone is doing this challenge, and you feel, oh, if I don't do it, my life is not complete. Be careful the kinds of trends you jump into. And also, side note, be careful of how you give out your information on social media. When they say, if you are born in 91, say, hey, you are ready. Hey, another question, if your card ends with so, say, oh, you put it
You put everything.
before you know it, they copy all your details. Just be careful. So social media is a very dangerous platform that you have to be careful. It's like a knife. It can be useful for good, and it can also get you injured.
Okay. So one final thing. What would you advise young people who want to go into music production and they probably don't have supportive parents, or their parents are millennials and they do not know, or music machine, what would you advise them to do?
Because you are still under your parents, I usually tell people, like in the episode that we played today, that your parents are custodians hired by God.
Yes.
And so you cannot outrightly go against them, except what they are doing does not tally with the word of God, and which of course you don't just outrightly bounce. You have to tell God about it and find a way to speak to your parents about it. Now, if they don't agree with your dream and your vision, I know people who didn't want to have anything to do with academic or whatever. They wanted to be probably bakers or something, but the parents said, oh, what can we? Fine. These people finished reading. There was a lady that finished, she got a degree in law, gave her parents that degree, and then she went to do what she wanted to do.
My God.
That, to me, that is because you have to keep in mind that your parents actually do love you, and they are trying to show how they love you. So go with the flow. Now, the thing is, if you are getting good grades while still pursuing your passion, they will not have any issue with it.
Exactly.
The problem is when you are pursuing your passion and you are getting bad grades. Okay, so get the good grades, get your degree, get your BSc, whatever they need you to get, while still, this is where you now have to hustle up double. You have to hustle up double than a regular child. You need to study well, study hard, at the same time pick up that passion, so that they don't have anything to say against that passion. When you're now done with school, you can now continue on that journey, rather than giving up and saying, oh, my parents didn't support me, so therefore I relax and sit down.
Okay. Now, I want to drag you like Tiger Gen. Well,
is this a Gen Z thing?
No, yes.
Tiger Gen.
So, do you watch Big Brother?
No, I don't.
Okay. Why don't you watch it?
Okay, let me confess. Last time I paid for DStv
Oh, wow.
was last year.
Wow.
So DStv is just so boring to me now. So I don't even if I wanted to, I don't have the means to. So I'm not. We'll probably do other platforms.
Okay, noted. Now, final question. Still on Gen Z.
Oh, I thought you were still going to talk more on the Big Brother aspect. No. Even if I had DStv, I wasn't going to watch it. By the way.
Okay. So people that watch it. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, just like I said on stage, guys. I mean, DStv has given you the privilege to know know the content of a content, right? Okay, so it's a Gen Z thing again. So yeah, I mean, they've given you the privilege to know that something has sex, nudity, strong violence, and nudity, sex, strong. There are like four in that category. Yeah. And then you still choose to watch these things. What are you doing? You are giving room for lust. You are, like I said, it's a tug of war between the spirit and the flesh. And when you watch these kinds of things, you are giving more strength to your flesh. So when you find yourself, I mean, what do they do there? These are people locked up in a room. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not speaking bad of any corporation. I know that
Yeah.
money making is the goal of everything. But what is the result that it's having in the lives of youths? These youths are copying the lifestyle, they're copying the dressing, they party. I mean, I know what goes on in Big Brother. I'm not ignorant of that. So I know that these are the things that a child of God should not be engaged and involved in.
Okay. So, what's your advice to single Pringles? People that are out there are single. What do you like to say to them?
The Lord be with you.
Oh, so me.
Advice in what sense? You have to.
Oh no, people that are single, like they've collected breakfast on several occasions.
Okay.
For instance, me that I'm sitting beside you now,
Right.
I've collected breakfast.
Oh my God.
And the person that the person I've collected breakfast from, but we move either way.
Are you
so
serious?
yes.
Just me.
So no, sir, I cannot cast myself. So
Okay, but what advice do I have?
yes.
Okay. I also have a friend who recently went through this experience of collecting breakfast
Oh my
too,
God.
and I mean, I had to be calling from time to time, and the advice I gave, which is actually true, and which is what I would advise everybody else is: see every experience that you go through as a single, especially as a child of God, see it as learn the lessons from it. Learn the lessons from it. Now, some of us have gone through relationships. And to be honest, God knows the end of that relationship, but He allows you to go through it because there are certain things that you would never have known if you didn't go into that relationship. These are things that make you stronger, make you more mature, make you wiser. For example, my dad didn't just get to that marriageable age and go to Sister Gloria straight away. He had received somebody. This might not fall into the breakfast serving category,
of course.
but he received somebody and he was so confident, and he went to the sister, and the sister said, if truly you heard from God should have told you that I'm in a relationship, and I've been in a relationship for years, and I'm almost getting married. So now this thing humbled Dad, and it made him realize that receiving is one thing, but that's not everything. Okay, so whatever it is that God wants you to learn from that experience, learn it. Don't look at the negativity and feel, oh, is it that I'm not worth it? Is it that I'm not qualified enough or whatnot? Take away every negative and pick out the lessons and move. Pick out the lessons and move. And don't let this thing damage you to feel, oh, I'm not getting a relationship ever again. Or guys,
please help us to tell those brothers out there that you should also stop serving breakfast. Some of us are tired.
No, see, this is not the thing. For sisters especially, see, there are different kinds of brethren. There are different kinds of brethren. There are the brethren that will propose to 7 sisters at the same time.
Yes,
God
RT.
will tell them about 7 sisters.
Yes,
God
RT.
like 8 sisters.
Yes.
Now these things will happen. For example, before I proposed to my wife, there were 6 guys on the list who had received from God, and I also now received from God. So who is lying now? Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's not really about the brothers meeting these sisters and dating them and saying one thing, saying this and saying that. What you should pay attention to is your own personal walk with God.
Yes, exactly.
So brothers can come with breakfast, lunch, or dinner. However, your walk with God must remain solid.
Exactly.
So whatever they serve you, you know if this is right or this is wrong. Because she had received all these proposals from guys, very eligible guys and everything, but she knew that this is not the one. God has said nothing about this person. Till I showed up.
With the hotness.
No, it's not the hotness.
Okay.
It's the grace of God.
Okay. No problem.
But yeah, so till I showed up, and then she knew that yes, this is the person that God had spoken about, and that's the advice I'll give, because guys will always see different things. Some guys can receive rema based on appearance. They can see rema based on the lady can sing. So make sure that you yourself have the right standing with God to choose rightly.
Exactly. Thank you so much. Thank you
God.
so much for
Thank
shedding light and pouring water on the floor. Anyways, guys, that is it on the conversation. Don't forget to follow us on all our socials at Foursquare Teens on Instagram, Facebook, and on Twitter. Can you tell us your handle?
J_Mikey. That's JAY_MIKEE.
Yes, of course. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.